Hello guys and welcome. The weather is crazy today. It is snowing outside, but it was like 50 degrees yesterday. So, dealing with that. I wanted to come on here today and do kind of a full face of Kosas. I have pretty much everything I need to do a full face with them, and I think that you guys would really enjoy that, and so I wanted to come on here and share that with you. My hair is a bit of a situation, but it is what it is, and I'm just sipping my coffee, and yeah, let's get started. So I have the tinted face oil, their concealer, a blush and highlight duo, and then 4 of their 10-second eyeshadows. And to me, that's like a really good spread of what Kosas offers. I think all I might be missing is powdered blushes and maybe a lip product. But overall, I have a good selection of what Kosas offers in terms of their product line right now. So first off is, the tinted face oil. I'm in 3.5, and this says it lasts 12 months, which is really nice. I'm going to start first. I love this tinted face oil, and I love it even more when I put my Ilia True Skin Priming Serum on first. So we're going to start with that. Always shake this up first and just get a good amount of product on here and rub that in. And I like to let this set for a while first. The tinted face oil has the first ingredients, cocoa caprylate, which I'm pretty sure is a coconut derived product. I can sometimes struggle with like coconut oil specifically, but I don't know if my skin is as sensitive to coconut derived products. If you don't have an issue with coconut, do not worry about that. I just know I can be sensitive in certain things. And I think that's why I also like putting this priming serum on first, because it adds just a touch of a layer of protection against some of the potential coconut in here. Hey guys, so as I was editing my Kosas video, I just felt that I needed to elaborate on some of the things, or like explain some of the things that I said in the video that I maybe feel a little differently about now. I said that the tinted face oil, even though it has coconut in it, doesn't irritate my skin, and I don't know for sure, but I'm more and more believing I have like a coconut intolerance, at least on my skin. And I do think that using that tinted face oil consistently has started to break me out a little bit. Now, if you are not affected by coconut, do not worry about it. And I still believe everything I said about like the wear of it and everything. It's just more long-term as an everyday foundation. It's not possible for me, at least right now, until I figure out what's been breaking me out. If silicones affect you at all, also still a great option. And I know some people hear tinted face oil and they get really nervous. I am fairly normal, but I lean more on the oily side. I'm normal to oily, and I don't have too much of an issue with this. Granted, I love wearing it with the priming serum on underneath it, and I do think that helps multiple different things. But in terms of just an oil in general, I don't struggle with it too much. So the tinted face oil is this nice little tube, and it you can hear that little shaker ball in it. You have to shake this up really well when you first get it, because there's not too many preservatives or anything in it. It can separate. So give it a nice good shake. And then you twist the top off and you get this little dropper. If you're careful, you can get some good control over that dropper top. So I think I did about 5-6 drops in there. And then I like taking my finger and starting to spread some of this around. And then I'm just taking this is an Anika foundation brush, and it's just a nice flat top brush, and I will start to buff it into the skin. So I do have some breakouts going on, especially these right over here. I don't know if you can see those. And while I don't know that this is the best full coverage foundation, I love it because it just gives you that smoothed over glow, and it's easy to wear every day. It doesn't just feel so heavy that I don't want to wear it every day. And yeah, it's just nice. So while I do have these big breakouts, because this is kind of a good everyday guy, I think it does show its ability to cover and smooth out well, because these are like honkers on this side and they don't look bad. Like honestly, even in my mirror, it faded and smoothed them out to a point that they kind of just look like scarring. And to where the concealer, I think, can help cover the rest of it up. It blends in super well. I notice sometimes, especially if I don't have the primer on underneath, it can get a powdery texture or look like it is clinging on to all the maybe little hairs on your face and stuff. And I think there's two things. I think one, it wants either your fingers or a nice stiff brush like this. I don't know that a blending sponge works as well. And then two, I think that primer just helps pull it down into your skin rather than sit on top of it. Because I have tried it. When I first got it, I just tried it on its own and I was like, oh, it's okay. It did make my skin look more textured than I thought it was. And then since then, just using this brush specifically or something like it and the priming serum has taken a lot of that texturization away. Yeah, and it dries down nice. Like it doesn't feel like you're getting everywhere. It gives nice pigment, but it still looks like skin. I do really enjoy this foundation. I started with a sample and then I ended up buying the full size product. So next up is the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I'm sure everyone has heard so much about this. I got the exact same shade as the foundation, 3.5. It's nice because it's like a touch. There's just a part of it that's like a bit brighter without being a shade lighter than your face, I guess. And I don't think that this is meant to be like an everything concealer. Can go under your eyes, can cover up blemishes, but it's not meant to be like your highlighter brightening concealer for a heavy contour. So I'm going to use this now. And this doe foot applicator is amazing. It works so well and it doesn't get too much product on it. And so I'm going to start by dabbing any blemishes I have. You really only need like one dab. And just right here, I've been dealing with some discoloration lately. Now I'm going to do kind of my under eyes, and I have started doing Robert Welch's kind of like under eye concealing method, and I think it works so well. He does one right on your tear duct and one right below it, and then one on the outer corner of your eye. And then he takes either his finger or a sponge. I use the Camo Concealer makeup sponge because it's just the best. And you just start blending it in right in its own place. You don't travel too far with it. And here I might just turn the sponge a bit side to side to blend it kind of up my nose and a little bit into that under eye bag. And then once they're blended, just travel it across and make sure any coverage is kind of connected without caking it up under your eye. And this revealer concealer is amazing because it's hydrating and brightening enough to be under your eye and do that well, like extremely well, and last all day whether you put powder on or not. But it also, the reason I put it on the blemishes first but I'm blending out my eye first is because it'll get a bit tacky and has really amazing coverage on any blemishes. And this concealer and the tinted face oil foundation are literally a match made in heaven, and I know Kosas did that on purpose, but they just do so well together. I think it's hard to find another concealer that works well with that foundation, but this concealer works well with other foundations, if that makes sense. Like, I think if you have this foundation, you pretty much need this concealer, but if you have this concealer, you can use it with anything. It's become my staple, my absolute favorite concealer. No question about it. And you need this e.l.f. Camo Concealer Sponge if you get that concealer. They, like, want to be best friends. So, next up is the blush and highlight. So, I have the Color and Light Cream in Velvet Melon, and I have the not high intensity one. I have just the regular one. And I apologize if my packaging's a little gross, but like, I just actually use it, you know? So, this is it, and I'm not gonna lie, it came a lot softer than I thought it was going to. I do almost wish that I had gotten the high intensity, but I also don't know that I would have ended up liking it. As much as it came softer than I thought it would, like the actual color, I really enjoy it and I reach for this a ton. So there's two different ways of using it, but I've used either a sponge like this, as you can see, or a stipple brush like this one. This is the e.l.f. Cosmetics stipple brush, and it's the bomb diggity. And I think I'm gonna use the stipple brush today because I think it gives you a bit better payoff and still blends it nicely into your skin, doesn't get cakey or anything. The sponge, I guess, is a bit better for a soft flush, kind of more everyday, but I don't feel I get as much color payoff, and it can feel a bit cakier sometimes, depending on how much color payoff you actually want. So I'm gonna go in first with the blush side, and again, this stipple brush from e.l.f. and just dipping it in there. I think it helps to kind of stipple the pan itself, and then just start going in. This is such a beautiful, like, peachy melony tone. And I like to go, when I don't wear bronzer, I like to go kind of toward my ear into my cheekbone a little bit and then up. This is soft enough you can really kind of tone and color your face with it without it going overboard. And then maybe just a touch on my nose and maybe my chin. Just add that youthful glow across my face. And then I'll take this exact same stipple brush, because it doesn't hold too much product, it actually gets it on your face, and I'll go in with the highlight side. This highlight is stunning. It's maybe got a touch of shimmer to it, but it's also just got that dewiness, and it works so nicely because it's such a natural kind of flush to it. If you're not in an area that the no shimmer, no color highlights are gonna work, like you don't have enough light for it to pay off, this has just enough shimmer to sparkle kind of anywhere without sparkling. Like, it's not in your face, it's not too much. It just gives such a nice, natural, dewy flush. And this doesn't feel, sometimes with my Tower 28 Super Dew, like no shade highlight, sometimes it just feels kind of cakey on my skin every once in a while, like, and when you start to build it up enough to give that like real dew look to it, you can like feel it, and it never really dries down, and this will start to like melt into your skin. And even right now, like there's a wonderful payoff here of highlight and shine, but like when I touch my skin, it doesn't like feel goopy, which sometimes that Tower 28 Super Dew does that. That's the complexion. I think they're stunning. I love them, even though I am my skin can lean oily. These still are stunning and wear very nicely on me. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. And then I think one of the last steps here is eyes. So I have 4 of the 10-second eyeshadows, and I want to talk about these kind of in depth right now. The initial one I got is 333, the purple one. And it's an interesting product. It's not quite what I was anticipating when I got it. I love the color. Once it's on, it wears beautifully. I always get compliments, and it wears well. But the process of like applying it and getting a look that I'm happy with is really difficult, at least with 333. Then Sephora had a sale at one point on the Mixed Metals trio, which is Globe, Supreme, and Astronaut. Astronaut's only available through that Mixed Metals trio, and I got that because I was like, I want to experiment, I want to see. I felt like some of these were a bit different. Each color had its own amount of, you know, glitter and particles in it, and its own type of liquid in it. I didn't feel that these were all the same across the board. So I got the Mixed Metals trio, and I was correct. And I want to compare these super fast. So this is 333. If you can see, the liquid is like clear. I don't know that it's showing up, but it's very transparent liquid compared to these 3. The liquid is a lot cloudier. Also, these 3 have, all 4 of these have different amounts of like pigment versus liquid. You can see how transparent this is now compared to these 3. So this is another product from Kosas that when you get them, you have to shake them up. There's a little metal ball in there, and you gotta like shake it up. No big deal for me. 333 is my favorite color out of the 4 I have, but it's the hardest to work with, but it has the best performance. It doesn't crease on me. It just wears extremely well throughout the day. The rest of these 3 are much easier to work with. Interesting colors, but like I said, much easier to work with, but they crease on me more. They don't wear as well as 333. And so I just still don't know how I feel about them because I don't feel like I'm not able to review the 10-second eyeshadow as a whole that well. I have to basically handle these as each individual ones because the formulation of them and the performance of them is just different enough between each one that it's almost like they're separate products. I hope that makes sense. It's confusing. It's been hard for me. But it is just kind of, it is what it is, I guess. Like, I don't know how to change that. I will say I think 333 so far in what I've seen is the most transparent, which makes it the hardest to work with. The color travels too quickly and gets picked up too fast, and that's where it's hard. It doesn't blend out as well. So it's a bit harder to work with, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Globe is this nice champagne-y colored one. That's probably one of the ones I wear the most because it's just a really gorgeous tone, and it's one of the more neutral ones that I have. And then I think Supreme is very orange. They call it gold, but it's very orange, and it has the chunkiest like glitter in it out of all of them. And then Astronaut is stunning, but it's very bright. It's light blue, basically silver. Very stunning and works well. It's just a color that isn't a daily color for me. And then 333, honestly, color-wise, it's my favorite out of the 4 of them, but like I said, application and just working with it is the hardest. So let me grab a brush super fast and I will be right back. Okay, I tried to zoom you in a little bit. I don't love like right up in my grill filming, so this is as close as you're gonna get. I don't really know what I want to do. I think I'm going to use 333 Astronaut and Supreme. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna play around here. So I'm gonna take, oh, so my ball is stuck at the bottom of Supreme right now. Like I don't hear it yet. The pigment's like really stuck at the bottom. Come on. My ball like, oh, there it goes. Guys, that was a lot of shaking. Okay, so give it a good shake. Make sure that the ball is like moving around. And then, okay, I did this and I've seen a lot of other people do it. You cannot tilt this. Like I can't hold it as casually as I could the Revealer Concealer because even though you get this suction-y sound, the shit will fall out of here. You will spill it all over the place. So don't tilt your bottle because you don't want it all over the place. Trust me. Okay, so Supreme. Like I said, it's the glitteriest. I'm gonna kind of do like the outer half of my eyeball. And then take a fluffy brush and at least just buff out kind of the upper portion of it. And maybe just dab this line to soften it up. Okay, so there's that. Next, I'm going to take 333, give her a good shake, and then I'm going to apply this to the inner corners of my eyes. Again, don't tilt it. You don't want to spill it. I don't want you to spill it. So, okay. Instantly, this is just like obviously more watered down. There's almost no glitter in this one. And the pigment immediately wants to like settle into my crease. And then when I apply a brush, it takes like a lot of the color and pigment away. So oftentimes like Supreme and Astronaut and Globe, like I can do one layer and play around with it and pretty much like it's good to go. And with 333, I feel like I have to really go back and forth and work with it and like build it up. Once I get it to a point I'm happy with, it's stunning. But getting it there is really challenging. Trying to soften the transition between those two. I need to relax my forehead. I'm getting premature wrinkles because I'm always just like, chill. That's really pretty together. Yeah, I really like that. Nice and simple. Okay, and then my thought with Astronaut is kind of lower lash line, brighten her up. And I'm thinking I might bring it in from like the inner corner rather than the outer corner. Let's play. Oh, shake her up. Again, don't spill it. I'm saying it this many times so that I remember myself. Okay, let's try this. Oh, that's really nice. Okay. So yeah, that's the 10-second eyeshadows. Do you want me to swatch them for you guys? Sure. So I'm going to do Globe first. It just makes me sad because I thought I would reach for these all the time and I just like don't still. Again, Globe I do the most. It's easy for me on a really casual day. If I just want like a little bit of shimmer or just something on my eyes, this has enough color to like contour my eyes, but also has enough light to brighten them up, and it's just, again, a flattering color. So I'm going to do Globe on top, and then Supreme underneath it. Supreme's the most like foiled, if you will. And then Astronaut, which is that Mixed Metals trio, those three. And then 333, which is the original one I got, and it's the least sparkly and the most sheer of these four. You can see like on the edge of 333, it's starting to like sheer out a bit versus these other three are pretty opaque and like not super sheared out, and just you can see that difference of sparkle. Like 333 maintains the same and the other three really shift as I turn my arm. So yeah, the dry down's pretty nice though. They transfer a bit, but nothing too crazy. 333 takes the longest to dry down, so sometimes when I would put it on, I felt like I had to like keep my eyes closed so it didn't crease. But again, once it dries down, it stays the longest out of them. While I wait for those to dry, I'm just gonna do, I started shaking my mascara. I don't need to do that. I'm gonna do my mascara super fast. Okay, so here's those dried down. Some of that shimmer comes off those, and then the purple one, 333, just kind of, it's more tattoo-like once it's dried down. So, I don't know, guys. It's an interesting product. I still don't know. I had such high hopes for it, and it just somewhat didn't meet those. But I didn't know that I was going to have like insanely high hopes for the tinted face oil, the concealer, and the color and light cream, and I loved those. So do with that what you will. Yeah, so that's kind of a full face of Kosas. Oh, and for my lips, I think because I don't have a lipstick, I'm just gonna take just a little bit of a, wow, my lips are crusty. Just a little bit of that color from my duo. And there you have it. The Kosas Full Face review. I hope that was helpful. What questions do you guys have? Please leave them down below. And also, is there more products from Kosas that you want me to get my hands on and review? Let me know those. Like, should I compare this Color and Light to the Color and Light High Intensity Velvet Melon? You tell me. Also, what's another brand that you would like me to do kind of like a full face, or at least, you know, most of them? Because I do kind of enjoy these. It's fun to play with a brand and a product that really is thoughtful about like wanting their products to merge well together and, you know, wearing them all together and basking in the glow of that. So here is the full face. You can see my blemishes on this side, but like I said, they just really, it smoothed it over nicely. It doesn't get crusty or anything like that. So, I hope you enjoyed. So again, thanks for being here. Please hit subscribe down below. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. That lets me know that you do. And leave a comment and a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. And yeah, follow me on Instagram and you're here on YouTube. Pinterest, I am pretty active on Pinterest. And yeah, I don't know. I'll see you guys next time, hopefully. So please hit subscribe. You're already here. I know you want to see more, right? Tell me you want to see more. And yeah, have a great day. Bye.